Alright, what is up guys? So I have come into another vintage Yu-Gi-Oh collection. So the way that I came into this, I wasn't, actively seeking it out. I don't buy cards to flip for money. It's just not what I do. But my brother-in-law, it has gotten into buying storage units, and so he found some Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards in a storage unit and offered them to my wife and I at first as priority before putting them on the secondary market. And so I decided to give him like a lump sum offer for all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, because what I saw from the pictures that he sent, it's mostly bulk, but I'm hoping we find a few good hidden gems in there. And even if there's not a whole lot that is cool from a collecting standpoint or worth money from a collecting standpoint, there may be some older playables for formats like Goat and Edison that I will happily add to my pool for those formats, so that I can lend cards out to other people who want to play those formats with me. So again, none of the cards featured in this video are going to be for sale or for trade. This is just to kind of take a look at an old collection and see if we got lucky with our risky purchase here. So let's take a look and see what we got. Now I know that these binders are filthy, nasty, and have been in a storage unit, so I'm expecting the condition of the cards to be pretty poor, but I'm hoping that there'll be some cool cards in here to kind of offset that. So from what I've seen so far, it really does kind of look like most of the stuff in here is not in any particular order. Like, I guess it's in order in terms of like the frame, like the spells, traps, monsters, etc. But other than that, it's not in alphabetical order. It's not in set order. There's not multiples in the same sleeve. It's just all over the place. Right off the bat here, I do see something cool. Where I see a Sage's Stone video game promo, and it is definitely what I would consider to be either heavy play or damage. It's got a little crease up there and some dirt on the surface, but that's pretty cool so far. This I'm really excited about. So, original ultra rare creature swap from Legacy of Darkness. I think I have one of these, and if I don't, I do now. It actually looks like it is in pretty good shape. I would actually say this is like near mint or light play. Yeah, it's unlim, but it is an original Legacy of Darkness ultra rare creature swap, so I will definitely take that. That is quite cool. I'm going to set some of the more noteworthy cards aside here, because I know, like I said, the majority of this is going to be bulk. And eventually I will take all of the bulk out and throw the entire binder away and keep the cards. This guy right here saw some side deck play recently in competitive. I don't remember what deck it was supposed to counter, but I'm going to take that out because I know it is a card that is seeing play right now. Toon Dark Magician Girl, Shonen Jump promo. Don't know what this one is worth, but it looks like it's near mint. So, or maybe light play does a little bit of corner damage, but that's pretty cool. Let's see, we got Power Bond, we got Knock, Blockbuster Ritual. Nothing really playable here. Cool thing right here is this card After Genocide. So this actually had its name changed to After the Struggle. So After Genocide is kind of the original uncensored name before they changed it. So seeing the original version of that is pretty cool. Cold Wave and Knock, more playables from Goat and Edison. Necro Valley, Limit Removal, Fissure. Got another Power Bond. This Ruthless Denial card right here was only ever printed in the Zane Duelist pack and never again. So kind of cool to see that, even if it's not particularly playable. Got Messenger of Peace. Super rare from Pharaoh's Servant. Or actually Magic Ruler, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's also in decent condition. I would say light play for that one as well. Triangle Ecstasy Spark from Rise of Destiny. Nothing really noteworthy there. Got some common polys. A Giant Trunade. Most of this is DM era. We are seeing some GX era in here, like the Zane Duelist Pack cards, and I saw Dark Fusion there, the later GX era card, which is pretty cool. We've got a super rare limiter removal from Pharaoh's Servant. Decent condition there. Again, these are contemporary with their original Unlim printings from like 2002. You can tell by sort of the texture of them and the fact that they say Magic Card, even though it is an Unlim printing. So, even though it's Unlim, we know it's the oldest Unlim that exists. Got a Metamorphosis there for Goat format, another common creature swap. Smoke Grenade, a card that is rightfully banned. We got Reasoning. Got a Giant Trunade. Got a Rare Fissure from LOB. Got another Cold Wave. Change of Heart Future Fusion. Another Rare Fissure from LOB. Secret Rare Shield Crush from Premium Pack. Appears to be... It looks light play, but there's like weird surface scratches on it. Oh yeah, you see that texture on the back there? That's when it's sitting in the binder for however many years. And that might be able to be cleaned up, but it's like a residue that's rubbed off from the plastic, like deteriorating on it, which is interesting. Probably has to do with the environment that the binder was kept in, being that storage unit. Lightning Vortex, common for Edison, not bad. Side deck card for that format. It's also seen some play in Genesis, although I don't think it's particularly good. Got a Mirage of Nightmare, common. Instant Fusion. Scapegoat from Starter Deck Joey there. Ooh, Ultra Rare Acts of Despair. Hello. Yeah, so Ultra Rare Acts of Despair from Magic Ruler as well. Probably mod play there with the edge wear in the corners and everything, but it doesn't have any huge... Oh wow, that actually is really bad. Yeah, it's some pretty heavy damage to the back there. But yeah, well loved, very old card there. A common Dark Hole. Soul Exchange from Starter Deck Yugi. Super Poly, original rare from Phantom Darkness. Dark Magic Curtain from Premium Pack as well. Super rare Fairy Meteor Crush from Pharaoh's Servant. Upstart Goblin. Ooh, we got an ultimate rare. We have finally hit an ultimate rare. So, not a particularly noteworthy one, but it is a... I wish the camera would stay focused here. Legendary Black Belt Unlim from Lost Millennium. And it is in... I would say it's in mint condition. It's pretty much perfect, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Premature Burial, Reckless Greed. We've got Ultimate Offering. These pages are starting to feel like really gross too, dude. Like these pages feel awful. Reinforcements is good for the vintage LOB / starter deck format. Oh yeah, these pages are so gross. Nothing particularly good there. Another Reinforcements. Trap Dust Shoot. Original common, actually first edition common from Pharaonic Guardian. A card that has desperately needed a reprint for Goat and Edison. Come on. Yeah, it's only a common, but a card that pretty much every single Edison deck plays at 1. And in Goat, you can actually play it at more than 1. Time Seal there. Super rare Death Counterblow from Ancient Sanctuary. Another Ultimate Offering there. Oh my god, these pages feel disgusting. Got a Wabaku there. I know I keep saying that. Nothing of note there. Got a Bottomless, original rare Bottomless from Legacy of Darkness as well. Got a common Royal Decree from the Warrior Structure deck. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I really wish this person would have gone back in time and put their multiples together, because that would have consolidated on the room in this binder considerably. Like, holy crap. Got an ultra rare Crystal Counter from the Jesse Duelist pack. Interesting. We'll go ahead and take that out. I don't think that card is particularly noteworthy, but it is a first edition ultra rare in, I would consider, mint condition, so that's pretty nice. Oh, wow. Okay. I think we hit the jackpot here. Let me see. We have a first edition Labyrinth of Nightmare Mask of Restrict ultra rare. Quite a bit of damage on the corners there. Surface looks okay. It still has that like residue on the back. So I think most of these are probably going to be mod play at best. So I definitely want to lower my expectations there. But this set has not been reprinted in any of the Legendary collections or anything like that. So pretty much all copies of Labyrinth of Nightmare are going to be from 2003. So this being a first edition as well, I think is quite cool. So very happy to have that. I've always wanted an Ultra Rare Mask of Restrict if I don't already have one. Threatening Roar, Return from the Different Dimension. Get a Super Rare Fusion Guard. Call Haunted, another Trap Dust Chute. We'll go ahead and take that out as well. We got a Labyrinth of Nightmare Ultra Rare Destiny board, which is not a first edition, but it does appear to be in about the same condition, better looking edges and all that. Pretty cool card to have in its original rarity like that. Jar of Greed, playable in Edison, more Ultimate Offerings. We've got Magical Explosion, Super Rare Curse of Anubis. Recall the Haunted Trap Hole Dust Tornado. We're getting into some monsters now. Take a look at what we got here. So, I guess this sticky note was put here for some reason, but we have a video game promo Beta the Magnet Warrior, who appears to be in very rough shape. Yeah, very, very well loved here. His corner is flaking up really, really bad. So I would definitely say heavy play, if not damaged, on this guy. But beautiful, beautiful set of cards. I have the full play set of these from Duels of the Roses is what the 3 Magnet Warriors came in, and then Valkyrion was a different game. And luckily my original copies are still in great condition, so I will cherish that. And then Alpha, of course, is on the other side there. We'll go ahead and take that one out too. Alpha's about the same in terms of condition. So either this collector did a lot of trading, or they were like massively, massively into Yu-Gi-Oh! When it was new, like buying the video games and everything. If I had to hazard a guess, they were probably an older fan when they started collecting, in order for them to start buying those cards in this large amount of quantity in this early era of the game. Because again, a lot of LOB, a lot of the 2002, 2003 era. So, oh wow, this rocks, dude. So I have always wanted one of these. So this is a LOB Ultra Rare Gaia the Fierce Knight. And I would say I could probably get that smudge off of there, and it probably would be light play. Aside from the texture on the back again, but looks fantastic. So I just ordered one of these. I ordered a copy from the 25th anniversary version of LOB. I'm actually playing that in my Genesis Gaia deck. It's just a gimmick deck. It's not particularly strong. But I've always wanted a ultra rare LOB Gaia. So that's really awesome to have the modern printing for playability and the original printing for collectability. That's really, really awesome there. Magician of Black Chaos and premium pack as well. Secret rare. There's Valkyrion. And we've got a Master Collection Guardian Sphinx there as well. Valkyrion looks to be in slightly better shape than the other Magnet Warriors. Probably because he was not acquired at the same time, or maybe this guy got this one through a trade and his previous owner took better care of it, or vice versa. But that's pretty cool. But yeah, Master Collection Guardian Sphinx. So this is in dreadful condition, actually. And that's a shame. But hopefully we could see the other Master Collection Secret Rares in here as a possibility. Elemental Hero Plasma Vice from the Collector's Tin over here. Pretty much near mint. But this card was pretty easy to come by back in the day because it was a Collector's Tin box topper. Say I just showed up. We're taking a look at a vintage Yu-Gi-Oh binder that we got off of my brother-in-law. More comments here, nothing of particular note. Neo the Magic Swordsman, I'll take as many copies of that as possible for the LOB era deck. Another Flower Wolf there. Hane Battle Ox is also played in that deck. The pure Advantage Campbell that munches all noobs in first edition. More vintage commons there. Nothing of any particular note. We have an ultra rare Perfect Machine King from Rise of Destiny. He is a first edition. In my personal collection, I actually have an ultimate rare of this, which is pretty nice. One of the few ultimate rares I have from that era. But I would say this one is in pretty much mint condition. Doesn't look too bad at all. So pretty cool to see that. That's from one of the sets as well, where there were only 4 ultra rares in the entire set, and no secret rares. But every rare, super, and ultra had an ultimate rare version of it. Nothing of particular note there. We've got a super rare Gear Free, the Iron Knight from Pharaoh's Servant. I'm going to leave him in there. That is pretty cool to see. Big piece of shit gold. Another Battle Ox. Oh, wow. We have, this is actually really cool.
That is really good.
A first edition Pharaoh's Servant Buster Blader. And he is regrettably in pretty bad shape. Yeah, so what I was saying earlier is, like, I feel like because these were in the binder for so long, the plastic has, like, deteriorated in a way where they all have this weird texture on the back. I don't know if that's, like, possible to be cleaned up. But I would say that these are all probably moderate to heavy play, if not damaged at best. But still, a first edition Buster Blader is pretty hard to come by, so I would say that's pretty darn cool. Again, this is the 2002 Pharaoh Servant printing, so pretty cool to have that. Got another Guardian Sphinx. This one is actually from the core set. This is a first edition from Pharaonic Guardian. It's in better condition than the Master Collection one, but it's still in pretty rough shape for the same reasons we already established. But this person must have really liked Guardian Sphinx. And I don't blame them. It's a very annoying card to play against. My brother played that card a lot back in the day. We've got Collector's Tin Insect Queen here. I think that was the 2004 Collector's Tin, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2003. It is in pretty bad shape as well. Very, very much a well-loved collection for sure. Nothing particularly of note there. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. If you're going to do this, go back in time and tell your childhood self to stack your multiples on top of each other to reduce space, because this binder would be a lot easier to go through if all the redundant copies were together. So this tells me that they at least purchased the 2007 structure deck that Caius was in. So we know they played the game at least up to 2007. Okay, we got some cool stuff here. So we've got we see a Synchro, so we know they played it into 5Ds. We've got a Ryu Senshi from Legacy of Darkness. This is a popular Metamorphosis target in Goat format, because I think he negates traps or something like that. He's pretty cool. And then we have a Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth video game promo, which honestly, aside from that little ding right there at the bottom, appears to be like near mint. This one is actually in much better condition than my personal copy from my collection. Impossible card to actually play unless you're playing exactly speed duels, where the skill can summon him for free. But a very cool card. We have hit LOB Exodia pieces. This is exciting. So let's take a look at this here. So Pretty rough shape, I would say, damaged for sure, but this is it's on limb, but it is from 2002. Original LOB Exodia arm. That is really awesome to see. And then we got another one down here, which I think is a different printing. Yeah, this Exodia leg right here, I'm going to just shot in the dark guess that this particular print of Exodia's leg is from the Forbidden Legends repack set that had LOB in it, specifically because it says LOB-EN down there, whereas the original 2002 printing of LOB just says LOB dash and then the number. So this is a slightly more recent printing than the previous Exodia limb, but it's still an ultra rare LOB Exodia limb, so that's still pretty cool to see. Big Core super rare from Rise of Destiny. Dark Ruler Hades. Ultra rare from Legacy of Darkness. I had one of these back in the day. I had a first edition one. I think I traded it, but I eventually caved and bought another one. And this guy is also an ultra rare Retro Pack 2. So I know I have the Retro Pack 2 ultra rare one as well because we've been opening the crap out of that set for the last year or so. But yeah, I love this card back in the day. It's basically a Monarch. Really cool to have. Total Defense Shogun. Collector's Tin box topper. Pretty good condition on this guy. I would say near mint on that one. And it was only ever printed the one time, I think, as a tin box topper. We've got Sacred Beast, Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, 2006 Collector's Tin box topper, I want to say. Not as valuable as the one from the core set that they were printed in, but still pretty cool to see. Not a version of that I owned. We've got Fushio Richie, ultra rare from Pharaonic Guardian. This guy is also impossible to summon, but has really, really cool artwork on him. And he's also, I would say... Oh, no, this is actually Dark Beginning 2. How about that? This is Dark Beginning 2. This is a reprint of Fushio Richie. I didn't realize he was also an ultra rare in that. Really cool. Yeah, I don't know how much that guy is worth, but we'll find out. Got a Red Eyes from Starter Deck Joey. Pretty rough shape there. We have... Oh, we got some really cool stuff here. So we have an Ultimate Rare Princess Kuran from Shadow of Infinity. And that appears to be pretty much in mint condition as well. I know my brother had multiple of these in Ultimate Rare. Not because he wanted them, but because he just kept opening them. We have Dark Sage video game promo. So I think this guy was only printed a couple of times. I think this is the highest rarity version of him. And it appears to be mint. Looks like a very, very good condition card there. A little more collectible for anime reasons. We've got Zoa video game promo. I know funny enough, the binder that I got from Second & Charles back in the day that I did the video on had a metal Zoa in there, and now I finally have the original Zoa. This is one that I had back in the day and I traded off, so I'm really glad to have this in its original. This is from the False Bound Kingdom game on the GameCube, is when that came from. Nothing of note there. Oh, wow, dude. I still remember the exact day where I was and everything when I pulled this card from a pack. So, this is Invasion of Chaos DMOC. Mint condition. It's on limb, but it is from 2004. Actually, I would say it's still got that texture on the back, so it's not mint, but the front of it looks great. Yeah, very, very similar to the one that I have. Really awesome to see that. This is obviously the pre-errata version because it's the one from back in the day. We have a Starter Deck Pegasus Relinquished, and this is an interesting one, so I don't know how I feel about this guy. This is a Forbidden Legends Karibo, and I guess I was right about the Forbidden Legends print of the Exodia limb we saw there, because this had to be their box topper for when they opened that. I got the Dark Magician from it when I opened mine. But this is a secret rare Karibo from Forbidden Legends. A lot of the foiling appears to be removed because the surface is pretty damaged, but really cool to see. You don't see that version of Karibo very often anymore. Guys got a lot of Skull Servants, which is pretty cool. Gandora, Jump promo card there. Oh, wow. Let's go, dude. We've got Master Collection 1000 Eyes Restrict, which seems to be a reoccurring trend. I seem to keep pulling this card every time I do one of these collection openings. So again, got a Master Collection 1000 Eyes Restrict from the binder from Second and Charles, and then another one here. This one's in way better condition than the other one too, so that's really cool to see. We have super rare Curse of Dragon from LOB to go with the ultra rare Guy of the Fierce Knight. Again, it's really cool to have the vintage playset of these along with the modern reprint one that I bought for that deck. And then this is a card I've wanted as well. I don't think I own this. This is Metal Raiders Ultra Rare Barrel Dragon. Not a first edition, but we know it is contemporary with that era. It's got that nice rough texture on the front where the foiling is. I would say it's pretty much light play. It's in pretty good condition. We've got Caius. We found Caius. He is in fact in there. So, yep, first edition Caius from the structure deck. This is definitely getting played at Edison. Got a lot of Jin for that vintage format I talked about. Dark Necrofear. Is that a Dark Beginning 2 Necrofear? DL2. I think it's a Duelist League promo. I'm going to have to see what that is. DL2. I'm not familiar with that printing of this guy. Or this lady, rather. So we'll double check that in post. Vandalgion, Jump promo. Yeah, this person was clearly a very, very, very big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day. Magical Scientist. More commons. Oh, wow. We got some more hits. We have, and I do own one of these already, but it's one of my favorite cards from the era. So we have an ultra rare Metal Raiders Black Skull Dragon. Interesting thing about this one, so the 25th anniversary Metal Raiders reprint set actually spells out the word black instead of just B Skull Dragon. So I want that version too for collectability, but this is really cool to have as well. Dark of Ultra the Terrible, super rare from Legacy of Darkness. Same thing as Ryo Senshi. It's a Metamorphosis target for Goat format. I think he negates something. Negates an effect monster he destroys by battle, so he can negate Sangins and stuff like that. So pretty cool to see that in good condition. And then we have an LOB Exodia head. This is cool. It is in awful condition, as you might expect. Very well loved. It's on limb. Damaged is what I would say on that one, but super, super cool to see. They had 3 out of the 5 pieces. they were definitely going for it. Dark Eradicator Warlock from the starter deck, and another Dark Necrofear. This one's a secret rare. I almost didn't even see that one. This one is for Master Collection. So, similarly to the Thousand Eyes Restrict and the Guardian Sphinx, this is Master Collection Dark Necrofear. So that's pretty cool to see. We've got Jump promo Obelisk the Tormentor, alternate artwork, pretty cool. Some more GX era stuff in here. Ooh, we've got, this is pretty cool. Ultra rare Agent of Judgment Saturn from Ancient Sanctuary, first edition. I wish the camera would focus better. Decent condition. Actually, the back looks good too. I would say this guy is near mint. We've got Magical Android, first edition from the Duelist Genesis. I will take as many copies of this as I can find for Edison, especially because, so funny story about this card. When Synchros were first coming out, people were really, really, really hyped. So retail stores like Target occasionally got some Japanese packs of Duelist Genesis, and I opened one and pulled Android, and it was actually a common in the Japanese version of the set. It was bumped up to a super rare in the English version. So I didn't have the English super rare version of this card for years, and I currently only have two now, although it recently had a reprint as a secret rare in one of the Battles of Legend, I think. But definitely a staple for Edison. This is pretty cool. So this is Dark Paladin alternate artwork from DMG. What is that set? This was some kind of special promo version of Dark Paladin. This is not from the core set. It is in rough condition, unfortunately, but you rarely ever see this version out there, so I think that's a pretty cool find. I don't have this one. I don't have any Dark Paladins with this artwork. And I don't have the other artwork that was in the mass wide release of the core set, Magician's Force, either. Skilled White Magician, super rare from Magician's Force. We also have an ultra rare Wing Karibo level 10 from Cybernetic Revolution. Pretty good condition. It's unlimb, but it is in great shape. Another set that had very few ultra rares in it. We've got two ultimate rares here. We've got ultimate rare Princess Pikaru and Majestic Mech Oka. I think I've seen plenty of copies of Pikaru and ultimate rare over the years, but still a very nice ultimate rare for sure. This one I'm definitely more excited about. Yeah, and it's in great condition. Aside from the that little line right there is actually from the foil on the front side, because the foil takes up so much of the width of the card, or the depth of the card on ultimate rares. They're very thin. Got Dragon Master Knight promo. Original super rare Cyber Dragon from Cybernetic Revolution. It is unlimb and it is heavy play. Not surprised, but definitely cool to see an original Cyber Dragon in there. Got some magical merchants for GOAT format. And that is it. So there is a little bit more where this came from. There's another binder that has even more Yu-Gi-Oh in it. It's half Yu-Gi-Oh, half Pokemon.
80% Yu-Gi-Oh.
But there is more that I will want to take a look at in there. And like I said, these binders are gross and nasty. So as soon as random premature burial. As soon as we get all these cards out of here, we are definitely going to want to throw these binders away. So, another Cold Wave. We've got SDK Blue Eyes. What kind of condition are you in, my guy? It's about normal. What you think? Actually, that's a pretty heavy crease down there, so definitely damaged, but always cool to see an SDK Blue Eyes. Collector's Tin Montage Dragon from 5Ds is pretty cool. Metal Raider Suijin. The color on this guy is so strange, but I don't think it's a misprint. I think that's just actually what it looked like back in the day. I don't think that's from like damage or age or it being a fake or anything like that. I guess I'll take the Montage Dragon out as well. He also looks well loved. A little bit of a crease in there. Oh, yo, dude. So much to take in. I guess I'll start here and move over there. MRD summons. Actually, is that a super? It's a super rare Dark Hole. It's almost so hard to tell because there's so little foil in there. Yeah, that's a super rare Dark Hole from LOB. It's on limb. It's in bad shape, but that's about what I expected for LOB. But this I'm excited about though. So this is MRD ultra rare Summon Skull. I do have one of these, but I think the one I have is even worse condition than this. So this is really cool to see. One like this. Cool to have for that vintage LOB format. I also have the Speed Duel Secret Rare one of this guy, and he's also available in Quarter Century, but the original is really cool to see as well. This Lord of D here is from the 2002 tins. So even though he is a box topper, he is a box topper from the oldest tins in the game, and I think the highest rarity printing of Lord of D that exists. So that's pretty cool to see. Most people only had the super rare from the SDK. We have an ultra rare Spellbinding Circle from Magic Ruler. I don't think I own one of these either. It's still in rough shape as expected. It's on limb, but great card to see here. We've got another SDK Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, and a heavily damaged Lost Millennium Special Edition reprint of Chaos Emperor. Let me go ahead and take the Dark Magician and the Blue Eyes out. Finding these guys in good condition is very hard because they were just so well loved. And like statistically, if you got into Yu-Gi-Oh, like when, oh dude, look at that. If you got into Yu-Gi-Oh when we did, these were probably the first products you opened, so you had them when you were at your youngest, and they were well loved. This Blue Eyes looks a little bit better than the other one now. So. Starter Kaiba Evolution for Kaiser Seahorse and other Blue Eyes there in Super Rare. We've got a full Destiny board set, including a second Ultra Rare Destiny board, which is pretty cool. We found one of those in the previous binder, but there's another one in here too. And by the standards of this binder, not too bad in terms of condition. Feels wrong to break up the set like that, but I'm tired of looking at spirit messages from opening Retro Pack 2. First MST that I've seen. More commons. YuGiOh. This guy was recently featured on a trap card. Rare Cyber End Dragon from Zane Duelist Pack. Soul Purity and Lights, he's playing Edison occasionally. DD Warrior Lady, Magical Merchant, Last Will, more spirit messages. Oh, this is the one I was really excited about. So this is an Ultimate Rare First Edition Future Fusion, and it is in pretty good shape. I am probably going to play this in Edison, but honestly, playing this in Edison would be a pretty big flex, I'm not going to lie. Like, this card is, Ultimate Rare is from that era. Like, if you're playing, like, the Dragon deck or whatever, and you activated this on turn 1, it's a little bit of a, it's bordering on notions, I'll say that. We have Super Rare Limiter Removal from Pharaoh's Servant. It's on limb, but looks like it's in pretty good shape. Aster is Screaming. We have Ultra Rare Dark Magic Attack from Ancient Sanctuary. It appears like it's in about as good condition as we could expect for this binder. Another Giant Trunade. This is one of the cards that I absolutely saved y'all from having to deal with in Prague, because this card without back removal sucks. This gives monsters summoning sickness. So, yeah.
What does that mean?
They can't attack the turn they summoned, yeah. The Reinforcements, another Wabaku, Magic Jammer, Shoutouts to Jonathan. Neil Sealing. I was hoping to see another Trap Dust Shoot there, but we didn't see one. More comments here. Got a rare Giant Soldier of Stone from LOB. Huge shoutouts to YuGiOh, one of my absolute goats of all time. The acronym GOAT is greatest of all time, so saying GOAT of all time is redundant. More comments here. We got a super rare Fiend Skull Dragon from Legacy of Darkness. Again, same thing as Ryu Senshi and Dark Ultra the Terrible. This is a Metamorphosis target for GOAT, and it's in pretty good condition, so happy to see that. And a super rare twin-headed Behemoth. This guy had to be limited for many years because he is a soft once per duel effect. So if you ran multiple copies and it got shuffled into the deck, it was impossible to tell if your copy had activated its effect yet that duel. So they had to limit it just because of Ruling's Nightmares until they found a way to phrase the card differently. More commons there. Some LOB rare fusions. Again, what's stopping y'all from just putting these on top of each other? And these.
feel like I'm playing a matching game here, trying to match the identical copies here. We go Secret Rare, Gaia the Dragon Champion from LOB. It is in pretty good shape, I would say. Comparable shape to the Gaia and Curse of Dragon that accompanies it, so that's very cool to see. Magical Scientist. Uncensored Harpy Lady, the first printing of it. Got a Chaos Sorcerer up there. More commons. More commons. Nothing particularly. We've got a common Bottomless. It's cool to see. I think it's the first one of those we've seen in all of this. Common Gaia from Starter Deck Yugi. This page just gave me the L. Fire Princess from Labyrinth of Nightmare. At least it looks like at this point they're organizing them by attribute, maybe, because we're going from fire to what looks like earth. Got Carbonella Warrior from LOB. Ultra Rare Insect Princess from Invasion of Chaos. Not a particularly good card, but one with very cool artwork that I've always been a big fan of. And then a super rare DD Warrior Lady from Dark Crisis. Oh, whoops. Oh, finally a card stacked on top of itself. We finally found Gamma. We found the whole rest of the set. We didn't find Gamma. Yeah, DD Warrior Lady and Gamma, who is in better shape than the other Magnet Warriors by a huge margin. Poor Gamma. Saw Let's Play. Would we have known that was back there if I didn't do that? I guess maybe we'll find some other hidden gems as I start taking this binder apart later on. Some regular rare Rat. Ultra Rare Judgment of Anubis. I think that's a reprint from a special edition. We've got the, what is that called? The movie pack. This is a jump promo, and I think this is from Duelist Genesis, the Mutant Mind Master. Nope, Phantom Darkness, so one set off, or two sets off, technically. Cyber Harpy Lady jump promo. I guess I'll take that out while I'm looking at it. Come here. Yeah, damaged for sure, but cool to see. That is a super rare Sangha of the Thunder from Metal Raiders. Similar condition and similar coloration as the Suijin we saw earlier, but is in surprisingly good shape. I don't think they have the whole Gate Guardian set in here with how much is left. I'd be surprised. Another rare Fissure from LOB. They have a playset of those. That's pretty cool. Ultra Rare Rope of Life from Pharaonic Guardian. Looks to be in pretty much mint condition aside from the back. Looks pretty good. Really flexing my early Yu-Gi-Oh! Set knowledge here with just being able to rattle off what set these are from off the top of my head. Jerry Beans, man! Oh, dude. So this is so sad. Oh, man. I would kill for, I guess I don't have to, for a copy of this card. This is Ulti Ryza from Force the Breaker, but it has a nasty crease in the center, and it is pretty heavily damaged. But man, Ulti Ryza to go with it, Ulti Future Fusion is a pretty nice flex for Edison there for sure. And that is it for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much. Random Pokemon at the back here, but yeah, so that was a look at a pretty cool vintage Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection. I'm going to try to show off this pile here without making these corners any worse. Yeah, look at how nasty those edges are. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. So yeah, overall, I think this was a pretty huge hit. There's obviously like a lot more cards in there that are just commons that are
playables for those older formats like I mentioned, but from a collectability standpoint, I would say this collection was a pretty huge hit. That card is probably the best one out of the whole thing, that Future Fusion there. That, and I'm very tempted to see how much the Buster Blader is, even at damaged. And first edition Pharaoh Servant Buster Blader is pretty cool like that. But again, we didn't really do this because we care about value. We're just a collector having fun. None of these cards are for sale or for trade. We don't buy cards to flip for money. That's not what we do. We don't really care about that at all. So we just collect them for the sake of collecting them and playing them. So the more cards I own, the more people I can get to play the game with me, where there is no requirement for them to invest in the cards themselves, which means they are much more willing to play on a whim if they don't have to buy cards. So this was pretty nice right here as well. That one was in just an amazing condition. Yeah, it was the first edition Buster Blader. Two Ultra Rare Destiny boards. Only one Trap Dust Shoe in the entire thing. Actually, never the second one. There's two of them. Or as I say, there's only one. I find the second one immediately. Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.